go after it. If they want, they can create some other technology and make it even more popular. That's how things happen. So at this point of time, organizations are moving towards Python. The reason is it's free, it's an open source, it's not owned by any specific organization, and it's immense development is happening. So many groups of developers are creating so many modules. Whatever Java was able to do earlier, the same thing people are able to do via Python. So again, the programming language, the number one popularity is coming for Python. Python is having a very big role in data sciences. It's having a very big role in programming, in testing, in DevOps, everywhere. So as IT professional, if you want to go with DevOps or any other technology, it's mandatory that we have to upgrade our skills on Python. At this point of time, even if you don't know Python, you'll get a job, no problem. DevOps is having that kind of market. But down the lane, you will see that without Python knowledge, you can't survive in the market, because everything is heading in the direction of Python. So if you are good with Python, be confident at least next 8 years, 10 years, you don't need to come to Amirpet. You can learn whatever technologies and you can manage. So that is the direction in which Python is going, and we will actually start working on it. Python majorly comes in two flavors. One is Python 2 and other one is Python 3. Python 2 was probably the most used version, but probably 2 years back, the Python community has declared that Python 2 will be deprecated in 2020. We are in which year now? 2020, which means now it's clear that Python is 2 is actually deprecated. From this year onwards, whichever applications you are working on, those applications have to support Python 3, which means further development is not going to happen on Python 2. Still, some persons might be using for some legacy products, it's okay. But currently, future is totally towards Python 3. So we will be entirely working on Python 3. Python was in the market since, as I told you, more than 20 years, but the popularity has increased only since last 3-4 years. Now it's becoming more and more popular. Okay. Now, now, who created Python, when it was created, how many girlfriends he had, all that nonsense we don't require, right? So let's not go into that nonsense. Directly, let's go into the installation part of Python. Initially, we will be seeing how to install Python on Windows to learn the basic scripting. Once that is done, we'll install Python on a Linux machine, and there directly we'll see how it can interact with Jenkins, Docker, and all our tools. So the first thing that I want all of you to do is go into Google, and there you type Python 3 download. I'll give you the notes of all these things. Just concentrate on my screen. Just say Python 3 download. Okay, and this is the official site of Python. So you can come to this site, and what is the latest version they are claiming? 3.8.1. Click on it. When you click on it, what will happen? You'll get a setup file. Next, install, finish. 2 minutes activity. Once Python is installed, what happens is we will get an application called as IDLE. IDLE is basically a tool where you can create the Python programs. So once Python is installed, we will get this tool called as IDLE. You can open this IDLE tool. Okay. We can open this IDLE tool and we can start creating the Python programs. These tools are slightly slow. Probably my laptop is slow. Fine. So this is where you can create the Python programs. Okay. I mean, I just want to print something. So I'll just create the Python code and you can actually execute it. Okay. We'll talk about all this. But generally in an organization, in a real-time scenario, we don't use this IDLE. Instead, there are beautiful, colorful interfaces. Interface is nothing but a tool where you can create the program. If you use these interfaces, the advantage is syntactically they'll do a lot of help. You forgot some methods or something, automatically auto-generated things happen. So much more easier. So one of the most popular used tool for creating Python programs is known as PyCharm. Okay, so the next step is after installing Python, you have to install PyCharm. Students are directly installing PyCharm and they're saying Python is not working. The first thing is you install Python, then you have to install PyCharm. So after installation of Python, The next thing is you again go into Google. You again go into Google, and this time you type PyCharm download. Okay, just check it. I am downloading it for Windows 10. In case you are using a older version of the operating system, just ensure that you check for your corresponding stuff. Okay, otherwise it'll show you the latest versions. So PyCharm download, click on the first link you see there, and this PyCharm also comes in two flavors. One is professional edition and other one is community edition. Professional version you can download and you can install it, but it will work only for 1 month. It's a trial version. Whereas community edition is a free version. It will work forever. So for our requirement, I'll go with the free version, community edition. Just click on download. Same thing, when you click on download, again we'll get one more setup file. Next installation will take another 5 minutes. Once PyCharm is also installed, you open your PyCharm. This is my PyCharm. Having this PyCharm installed is very important for us. The reason why it's important is not just for creating Python programs. If someone is not happy with the Python lecture that I'm giving today, it's okay. Even without Python, we can get a job on DevOps. As long as you're good with other tools, it's okay. It's just an added advantage. But PyCharm tool is important for us because the Kubernetes files and a few other things that we'll be learning as we go with the sessions, we'll take the help of PyCharm and we'll create these files. So, at least install Python and install PyCharm, though you don't practice these programs. So I just launched PyCharm. Still in the process of launch.